Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this press conference with the nominee for the FIFA Ballon d'Or and the FIFA World Coach of the Year. This is, of course, one of the most exciting press conferences. For sure, we have the best of the best here today. So let us provide with a warm welcome the nominee. We start with the World Coach of the Year, the nominee of the men's football. Unfortunately, one of the nominees, Sir Alex Ferguson, will not be here today due to a private reason. But I'm delighted, very delighted to have with us two coaches who really left their footprints in 2013. The first person is the man who became the first ever coach to win the treble with a German men's team, achieving the Bundesliga, then the DFB Cup, and finally the UEFA Champions League final. Please welcome Jupp Heynckes. Yeah. The second one is a man who guided his team as well to the UEFA Champions League final, a man who did an incredible job not only last year but in the last years for Borussia Dortmund, Jürgen Klopp. Now let's watch a short video for the three nominees. Please, the video.
Nominees for FIFA World Coach of the Year for men's football. Sir Alex Ferguson, former coach of Manchester United FC. Jupp Heynckes, former coach of FC Bayern München. Jürgen Klopp, coach of Borussia Dortmund. Who will be the FIFA World Coach of the Year for men's football 2013?
We're going to know in a couple of hours, but first let's welcome the three nominees for the FIFA Ballon d'Or. There is no doubt that the achievements and the merits of the three players for the FIFA Ballon d'Or is outstanding, and each of them deserves to win. But unfortunately, only one will. So therefore, I would like to, and I'm very pleased to ask to come on the stage on alphabetical order. First one, Cristiano Ronaldo, please. Lionel Messi. And last but not least, Franck Ribery. Gentlemen, welcome. Before we start, another short video, please.
Nominees for the FIFA Ballon d'Or. Cristiano Ronaldo, Portugal. Lionel Messi, Argentina. Franck Ribery, France. Who will win the FIFA Ballon d'Or 2013?
That's the question, and I'm very happy that I don't have to choose. This is an incredible performance of all the three. But before we go to the questions, let me give you some information to make a few points very clear regarding the procedure. As you know, there have been many talks about the procedure in general, so I would like to reiterate that the voters are the 209 coaches, the 209 captains, and a selected group of journalists that are voting for the FIFA's Women's Player of the Year, the Coaches of the Year, and of course the FIFA Ballon d'Or. The whole procedure was supervised by PricewaterhouseCoopers. Secondly, the voting concluded the 29th of November after having been extended due to low voting participation, which was below a representative sample. And this is important, and I will really would like to stress this. An analysis conducted by PwC shows that the ranking of the final three, the end of November, is exactly the ranking mid-November. So in other words, the ranking was the same, 15th of November and the 29th of November. The only difference is that we had more votes. 15 November, we had roughly around 50%. The end of November, we came to 88%. The ranking is the same. Finally, and this is important too, because we had some issues last year after the Ballon d'Or. There were some voters, players and coaches, who said that they voted for player A and their vote went to player B. This is just impossible. Every voter has to sign a paper. This is controlled by PricewaterhouseCoopers. We have the original. So if tomorrow there is a player or a coach claiming that he gave the vote to someone else, this is not true, please come back. We're going to show you the original paper. Hope this is clear. So let's go to the interesting part, to the comments and answers of the stars today. I'm going to start with one answer for the two coaches. Und weil das quasi eine deutsche Angelegenheit ist, weil Sir Alex Ferguson nicht hier ist, wechseln wir in die deutsche Kultursprache. Und darum die Frage an Sie beide: Was war das Highlight des Fußballjahres 2013? Ich überlasse Ihnen die Wahl, wer antworten will zuerst.
Who wishes to answer first?
Ich denke, dass es für mich eigentlich nur eine
Well,
Antwort geben
I
kann,
think
und
for
zwar,
me
dass
there
das
can be only
Triple
one
gewinnen
answer,
mit dem
and
FC
this
Bayern.
is winning the treble with
Aber
FC
es
Bayern
war auch noch ein
Munich.
Ereignis, was
But there is
für
something
mich
else
persönlich sehr
that for
emotional
me
war.
personally
Und
was
zwar, ich habe
highly emotional.
1965
1965, I started my career as a player with Borussia Mönchengladbach, and I finished my career as a coach in 2013 in Borussia Mönchengladbach, meaning that Bayern played the last match under my rule in the city where I started. It was a very special moment. I'm sorry I don't have such a lovely story to tell you. My first second league match was in Oldenburg. I hope I don't have to go back there.
Mein Highlight war Schlusspfiff in Madrid.
And my highlight was the final whistle in Madrid.
Das war cool, als wir dann wussten, dass wir es doch noch geschafft
That
haben.
was really cool when we realized that we had made it. Was very tight. And perhaps some of you have seen that match, and to know that you have been able to beat such a tremendous team, that was a very strong feeling. And then, of course, the final was a cherry on the cake, and it wasn't all that perfect for us.
ins Englische.
Thank you. We go back to
Otherwise
English.
it's complicated if we start to talk in French, Spanish, and Portuguese. So let me use English. One question for you, gentlemen. The same question is: we're looking ahead, Brazil 2014. What are your expectations for the World Cup? I start on alphabetical order once again with you, Cristiano.
Bom, boa tarde. Eu espero Mundial muito competitivo.
Good
como todos os
afternoon.
outros.
I'm
As
expecting a
melhores
very
equipas vão estar presentes.
competitive competition,
Os
of
melhores
course.
jogadores também.
We will have the
E
best
por isso
teams,
vai
the
ser
best players.
Mundial
Therefore,
bonito,
the World Cup is going
num
to be
país
a very beautiful
extraordinário.
championship. And the country is
E
also
acho que
extraordinary.
o torneio tem todos os ingredientes para que possa
So,
ser
all
de
the ingredients are
grande campeonato
there
do mundo.
for us to have a
E
beautiful World
neste
Cup.
caso, falando de mim próprio, estou muito feliz por estar
And as for
por
me,
estarei
I'm very
presente
happy
no Mundial,
that
eu e a minha seleção.
our team,
E
national
tentaremos fazer o
team,
nosso
will
melhor,
take
mas o
part, and
objetivo
of
foi
course
cumprido,
we'll
quero estar
do
presente
our
no-
best.
no Mundial.
So far, we have already reached our goal, which was to take part in the
Un
World
mundial
Cup.
es diferente a todo, ¿no? Jugar mundial, poder estar ahí.
A
creo
World
que
Cup is
es
different from
algo muy
anything
lindo.
else.
Creo
It's a great opportunity to
que están las
actually be there
mejores
and
selecciones,
play.
que va a ser
The
muy,
best
muy
teams
difícil
are
para
there, and I
todos.
think it'll be a big challenge for
Y
everybody.
ojalá que Argentina
And
le vaya a hacer
hopefully
las cosas bien, podamos
Argentina
conseguir
will do things
el
well,
objetivo y
and we'll be
y
able
vamos
to
a
achieve
disfrutar. Es en
our
Sudamérica,
objective, and
vamos
we'll
a
try
estar
to
cerca de
enjoy
nuestra
it. It takes
gente,
place in
y
South America.
seguramente
We're
va a
close
haber
to our people,
muchísima la que va a
and
ir,
I'm
así
sure that
que
many of them
esperemos
will
que
go to watch
vayan
us
a jugar bien.
play, and hopefully things will go well.
Gracias. And Franck, s'il vous plaît.
Déjà de faire une Coupe du Monde au
Well,
Brésil, c'est toujours
already to
magnifique.
play a World Cup
Parce
in
que c'est quand même
Brazil
le pays
is
du foot.
amazing because it's
On a eu des
country
difficultés
of
pour
football.
se qualifier contre l'Ukraine.
We had
Mais,
challenges
au
when it came
final,
to
nous sommes
qualifying
très
against
contents
Ukraine,
de pouvoir
but
participer
in
à
the
la
end, we're
Coupe
very
du Monde au
happy to
Brésil.
participate in the Brazil
Voilà,
World
c'est,
Cup.
Avec de grandes équipes, de grands
We're
joueurs.
playing with
Et on
great
espère de pouvoir
squads,
faire
great
une
players,
belle
and
Coupe
we
du
hope
Monde.
we can have a beautiful World
Merci
Cup.
beaucoup.
Thank you.
Before I give the floor to you, let me ask another few questions from the fans. We received thousands and thousands of questions via our platform at FIFA.com, and we selected just one each, and I would like to start with Mr. Heinkes. It's in English, so I say it in English. What was the most important reason for success in your treble-winning season with Bayern Munich?
Ja, ich denke, da kann man
Well,
vieles anführen.
you
Nur
could
A, müssen
draw
Sie
up a long list of
bei einem richtigen
elements.
Club tätig sein.
You have to be
Das
working
heißt,
for the
ein
right club,
seriöser Club, und das
meaning
ist
a
der FC
serious
Bayern.
club, and Bayern
Im
Munich
Präsidium
is a
brauchen
serious
Sie
club.
Fachkompetenz,
From the board,
weil
the competence we have all the way
müssen,
down to the people you have to communicate with. You
heute
must be
wirklich
able
nicht
to
einfach ist,
discuss elements
bestimmte
frankly, because it certainly is not easy today to coach a top team. And then, of course, discussions are necessary. And then you also need an absolute top team with the good characters, strong characters in the team, a good team of coaches, a functional team behind the scenes. And what is so important in Bayern Munich and was so important last year is that the players respect each other, they get along very well, and that they have had a huge self-discipline, great discipline as a team, and I think this is what helped us be so successful. I think it is the first time in the history of the Bundesliga that a club did win the treble, and I think this is owed first and foremost to the fact that Bayern Munich is an extraordinary club.
Dankeschön. Klingt ganz einfach.
Thank you. It sounds so simple.
Herr Klopp, eine Frage.
Mr. Klopp,
der Twitter-Account heißt
The
JLO Arsenal.
Twitter account is called
Die
JLO
Frage
Arsenal,
geht an Sie.
and the question is for
How should
you.
one try to build up as much football knowledge and experience as possible before becoming a big-time manager?
wir wieder Jupp Heynckes fragen.
Well, let's ask Jupp
Ich
Heynckes.
bin noch dabei und versuche noch
I'm
zu
still
lernen.
trying, I'm still learning, and
Gut,
try
es ist
to
grundsätzlich, wenn man das Spiel
learn to
gespielt hat,
become a
denke,
good
dass es
coach. And
hilfreich
having
ist,
played the
nicht
game
perfekt
yourself
zu haben.
is helpful. You must not have
Man
been
muss
perfect.
ein ganz
Perhaps I
bewusst
wouldn't be here
versuchen,
otherwise,
Spiele
but you
entwickeln,
have
muss
to
bereit
love
sein, viel
this
zu
sport.
arbeiten,
You have to
sich viel
love
Wissen anzueignen,
the
die
game and be
Spielerfahrung
ready
reicht nicht
to
aus,
learn and to
um ein guter
fight,
Trainer zu werden,
because
sondern muss darüber hinaus
the experience as a player is not sufficient. You have to work a lot. You have to spend hours and hours doing video analyses of the matches. It's not so much watching other people do it, but you should try to develop your own ideas. Now, we have so many examples. It can be possible for everybody as long as you fulfill some of the conditions you've explained. And if you bring all this together, you may start a career as a manager.
I would
Sounds
like to
good.
ask now the players, starting by Cristiano. A question from Luis at Luis Nicole 98. Anyway, he asked, or she, has the late Eusebio ever given you any advice to improve you as a football player?
Sim, como todos nós sabemos, o Eusébio foi
Well, we all know that
mito no
Eusebio
futebol,
was a
dos
myth,
melhores de sempre.
one of the
E para
best
mim foi,
players
foi
ever,
privilégio estar
and
ao seu
it
lado
was a
nos
privilege
momentos que ele
for
passou
me
connosco na seleção.
to have had some
Obviamente,
contact with him when
com a sua
he
experiência.
spent some time
dava-nos
with the
muitos
Portuguese team.
conselhos, não-
He gave
não
us
só a
a
mim,
great
como
deal of advice,
a toda a equipa, a sua paixão
not just to
pelo
me,
futebol,
but to
a
all of
paixão que ele
us.
tinha pelas pessoas, a paixão que ele tinha
He
pela
was
seleção, a paixão que ele
passionate
tinha
about
pelo seu
football,
próprio
about
clube, o Benfica.
people, about his
Isso
own
ficava
club,
demonstrado a
Benfica,
todas as pessoas e
and he
conselhos que ele
really
nos
showed
dava,
this enthusiasm
basicamente
to
a todos era
everybody.
que
And
para
I
que
think that the
tenhamos sempre
advice he
esperança,
gave
dássemos
was
sempre o máximo
is something we
e que
cherish. We
só
always have to
assim
be hopeful,
a glória se
optimistic,
conseguia alcançar.
and give
Por
our
isso,
utmost,
eu
and
guardo
only
grandes
then will we
memórias
really
de uma
be
grande pessoa,
successful.
em primeiro
He was a
lugar,
great
e
person.
que o mundo deu ao futebol.
He gave a great
Portugal,
deal to
a todo
football,
o mundo.
to the
E é com uma
world,
grande pena a minha e
and
tristeza
with great
que o
sorrow,
Eusébio partiu, porque acho
and
que
that we note
era uma pessoa
his
extremamente importante para todos nós.
leaving us, because he was such an important person to us all.
Thank you, thank you. This is an easy one for Lionel. Question is, what advice would you give to a young player looking to go professional in soccer or in football?
Sobre todo disfrutar, divertirse.
Well, I would say
del
he
fútbol,
needs
que
to
es un
have
deporte tan-
fun, first
tan
and
lindo
foremost.
para eso. Después,
Football is a great sport,
obviamente, para poder triunfar se necesita
and obviously to be
mucho
successful,
sacrificio,
you
mucho
need to
esfuerzo,
sacrifice a great
suerte.
deal, a lot of effort, have a bit of luck.
La verdad que es
And to
complicado,
tell you the truth,
muchas
it's
veces se necesita
complicated.
del
Sometimes
momento justo, de
you
tener
need to
esa
be at the right
suerte
place
que
in the
hace
right time
falta,
to have that
pero
little
creo
grain of
que,
luck that is
debe
necessary.
pelear
But
por
I
sus
think they
sueños
need
y
to
luchar hasta
fight
el
for their
final,
dreams, and
como dije antes, ¿no?
hopefully
con
things
mucho esfuerzo
work
y
out, and with
sacrificio todo es
effort and
posible.
sacrifice, everything is possible.
Thank you. And the last question for Frank is coming from Joe Vaughan Scott, and is, what is your favorite memory of 2013? Is it winning the Champions League, or the qualification for the World Cup 2014 in Brazil with your national team?
Je pense que ça a été des
Well,
émotions,
I think that
des émotions différentes.
these were two
Je pense que
different
c'était
sets of
important
emotions.
de gagner la Ligue des
It was
Champions
important to win the
avec le
Champions
Bayern.
League with Bayern.
On a connu une année 2013.
We had a year in
magnifique,
2013 that
tous
was
ensemble.
really outstanding
Après,
together
pour
as a
notre pays,
squad.
c'était important de se
Afterwards,
qualifier
at the
pour aller au
national
Brésil.
level, it was very
Je pense
important to
que
qualify for
on a
Brazil.
vécu deux matchs aussi,
I think we
assez
lived
intenses,
through very intense matches there also,
surtout le match retour,
especially the return leg.
d'avoir vu le stade de France
To
comme
see
ça,
the Stade de France the way we
d'avoir
saw it,
supporté jusqu'au bout.
to see our supporters
Au final,
there.
ça a été comme une fête.
At the end, it
Voilà,
was
c'est
a
deux-
big
deux
party.
souvenirs,
These are two
inoubliables
memories
pour
that
moi
are unforgettable for me
pour beaucoup de joueurs.
and for many other players.
Merci. And well, now they're yours. Please wait for the microphone, and please stress your name and organization and to whom you want to address the question. We're going to start. Where are the mics? Well, let's start with the first one here.
Boa tarde de Portugal, a televisão portuguesa SIC.
It's a question from Portuguese television. Cristiano Ronaldo, what is your feeling on this very special moment? Of course, we do not yet know the results, but many people are saying that this year FIFA Ballon d'Or should go to a Portuguese player. Well, I'm very happy to be here. The mere fact of having been selected, of being a finalist, is already a great happiness. So I feel privileged and happy. Of course, I would like to win. But I always try to do my best year after year. I also want to improve on all aspects. So now all we have to do is to wait for the results. But if I win, it's fine. If I don't win, just the same. I'll keep on living and trying to do my best for my team and trying to develop and improve as a player.
Toma Castaño from Channel 4 Spain. A question for Cristiano and Messi. For Cristiano, I'd like to know how your situation is with the president of FIFA. I'm not sure if today represents some sort of peace offering between the two of you, or some settlement. I think there might have been some phone calls between the two of you. And for Leo Messi, I have the following question. You're coming here without being the favorite in the bets. If you win, would it be a surprise for you? Well, like it was said earlier, to be here is already a source of joy. It's a prize in and of itself. It's my 7th year straight participating in this gala event, and it's great. Just being here is more than enough. Hopefully, I'll be able to win another Ballon d'Or, and if it doesn't work out, it's not a problem. Just to be here is wonderful.
You know, this topic is really no longer an issue. We talked over the telephone, everything was cleared. So this is no longer an issue, neither for us nor for football. I'm here for the FIFA Ballon d'Or. It's a privilege. I'm very proud to be here, because being here is, you only arrive here, reach this position after a lot of work and effort. So I'm happy to be here, whether I win or not. I'm always the same person.
Una pregunta para el señor Jupp Heynckes.
Question for Jupp Heynckes. I'm here, Mr. Heynckes, to your left. In your opinion, who deserves more to win a Ballon d'Or? A player because of his football and his goals, or because of the titles won?
Well, I believe that the jury will give us the answer. I believe that these three players are the best possible selection, but of course Schweinsteiger, Arjen Robben, Thomas Müller and others could just as well be seated here, but I think these are admirable players. And let us wait until the jury has spoken and we will know who is the winner.
Bonsoir, France Piron pour l'équipe 21. Question pour Franck Ribery.
France Piron, I have a question for Ribery. Franck, the French were waiting for a long time to have a French player in the podium. How are you feeling a couple of hours before the verdict? Are you stressed, impatient? Are you already happy to be here? You must be impatient to find out who will win. Do you believe in your chances? Well, first of all, I have to say that I'm very happy to be here. It's very pleasing, and it's an honor, and it's a great source of joy to be here and to be next to two amazing players. Now, as I've already said, we'll see how things play out this evening. But in any case, I think I have opportunities, just like Lionel Messi and Cristiano, to win this Ballon d'Or, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Cristiano Ronaldo, boa tarde, em direto para a TV 24. Pergunto-lhe se os 69 golos que marcou em 2013 e a sua qualidade
69 goals and your individual quality, will they be more important than the team awards of your companions? Well, I always try to do my best year after year. Each year is a challenge, a new challenge, a different challenge, where I always try to improve. As I said, anyone can get the prize. We were the three best of the year, that's why we were nominated. And I think the winner will be justly qualified. I think goals are important, I think prizes are important. I think that it's up to the voters to decide, and let's just wait for the result. Cristiano, a lot was said about 2013. You have been at the podium these past years. You always played at the same level, with the same quality. Because of the very regular way, the systematic way of playing over these past years, don't you think that this is your best chance? Well, as I said, I always have the ambition to improve and to improve my own records. I try to win titles and trophies with the club and with my team and with the national team, and this is really the icing on the cake. It's a recognition of many sacrifices and hard work, and of course we all three would like to win the Ballon d'Or. But, as I said, if I win, fine. If I don't, life goes on. And it will not change my quality and my way of playing.
Good afternoon, Onda Zero from Spain. What are you thinking? At 26, you've already been 7 years in the finalists for the Ballon d'Or, competing against stars, and you've already won 4 Ballon d'Or. What do you think about this? Well, to be honest, I don't think of things in those terms. I look to the future. I want to continue playing at this level. I want to continue achieving things with my club, Barcelona. I want to continue playing well for my national team also, and winning things for Argentina, maybe a World Cup. That's always very important for all Argentinians. And it's wonderful, all that I've lived in the past and all that I've won as a team player and with my squad. But that's left behind, and I look forward now.
Yes, please.
Good afternoon, Pierre Niguet from L'Equipe 24. I have a question for Jupp Heynckes. Franck Ribery has never been closer to the Ballon d'Or. I think that he's almost touching it if he stretches his arm. Do you think that Franck deserves the Ballon d'Or this year, since he's been the best player in 2013 throughout the world?
Well, I believe that each one of these three players present here today really deserve to get the Ballon d'Or. And I can just repeat what I said before. It's not our opinion which will decide, or our sympathy. Of course, my heart goes out to my former player, Franck Ribery, and in the last season we have managed to win enormous successes. We won the Super Cup against Borussia Dortmund. We did not just win the treble, but it was a historical season, and Franck had a decisive role in all this.
Yes, please, the last 3 questions, because everybody has to get changed later. So we start with you, please.
Michael Francken de Belgique.
Michael Francken from Belgium. Are you following the performances of Belgium? It's a team that's growing. Do you follow Belgium and some of the players that might stand out? Maybe the 3 players?
Well,
I think you have a great team. You're fortunate because you have an outstanding generation of players here. And I think it's a team that will have to be taken very seriously in the World Cup because the players they have right now, I think that they're doing things very well, and it's a great team.
No, there. Yes, sorry, please.
An Taufik Khalil von der ARD, vom Bayerischen
Taufik
Rundfunk.
Khalil
Hallo, Herr
of
Heinkes.
ARD. Mr. Heinkes,
Was
hello.
würde Ihnen diese Auszeichnung bedeuten,
would it
die
mean
Sie jetzt
for you to get this award, if you got this award? And Mr. Klopp, would that be okay if Jupp gets it? Yes, I'm only here to be the first one to congratulate Jupp on getting that award. I told him last year, and I was pretty close, and I think this is the highest level ever achieved by a coach. What Jupp did last year, he is an example for many things, and I mean he just got the right moment to retire after 4 titles. Oh, by the way, we won a title against Bayern Munich this year. So everything is fine. I definitely think he deserves it, and I hope the people have sufficient knowledge of football to award it to him. And this is a beautiful award, and he deserves it. Well, Jürgen, many thanks. Well, it is perhaps a bit unusual that a coach gets an award who has already finished his career. And last year was, for me, the very right moment to say, okay, this is it, it's over. I have been working for half a century in professional football. I have lived great moments, defeats, disappointments, everything that belongs to a long career. So for this reason, I definitely would be very glad to accept this award. That's obvious.
Yes, please.
Eugenio Blanco de la agencia Perform
Eugenio Blanco from Sport, a question for Cristiano and Messi, and also for Ribery. Everybody considers you the best players in the world, and especially in the last decade. My question is, do you admire each other respectively? Do you learn from each other? Do you think that playing at the same time in football history has all improved you all?
Yes, of course. That's obvious.
Well, I believe that it's important because we players have an idea of who's good. And for me, it's a source of pride to play against great players like Messi or Ribery. We've played against each other a few times, and for me, it's a privilege to play against them. And since I'm a very competitive person, and since I like playing against the best, it's an honor to play both at the level of club as well as national squad. Obviously, we all work hard for our clubs and national teams. Franck does this as well as Messi. I always try to give the best. I always try to improve and evolve as a player. And have we improved each other? Maybe that is the case. We always want to be the best, and that is good for me, for them, and for football in general. Yes, of course. I admire what the others do in their clubs and in their national squads. It's not the first time I say so. And we don't need to go into the details of the quality of the players next to me. Obviously, yes. I agree with what you said. Above and beyond the fact that we are rivals, that he plays for Madrid and I play for Barcelona, I think that we really remember that they're outstanding players.
Thank you very much. This is it. Thanks a lot for having been here already. Being a nominee is an award. Good luck tonight and good luck next year. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.